Hello, my name is Tamira Henderson, and I am presenting on Arizona's initiative and referendums process. So, before I get started, I wanted to give a brief introduction on the Arizona Constitution. So, the Arizona Constitution was created mainly to establish a framework for state governance and to protect the rights and interests of its citizens. When Arizona achieved statehood in 1912, there was a need for a formal constitution that outlined the structure of government, including the separation of powers, the responsibilities of various governmental bodies, and the rights of individuals. The Constitution also aimed to reflect Arizona's diverse population's unique values and needs by incorporating the rights to initiative and referendum. So to get started, I included an agenda. So in this presentation, we are going to discuss the basic definitions of both initiative and referendums. We're going to discuss how initiatives and referendums are created, compare and contrast the two. We're also going to discuss the pros and cons of initiatives and referendums, and we're going to explain how the two support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution. To get started, I have provided some basic definitions. So in Arizona, initiatives and referendums allow citizens to participate directly in the legislative process. Initiatives enable voters to propose new laws, amend existing laws, or propose constitutional amendments. This is done by collecting signatures from qualified voters to have the measure placed on the upcoming general ballot. The referendum process allows voters to approve or reject laws enacted by the state legislature. This is done by gathering signatures to place the issue on the ballot for the next general election. So how are initiatives and referendums created? As for the initiative, to initiate a proposal in Arizona, citizens must first form a committee and apply for a serial number from the Secretary of State's office. Next, they need to obtain a petition to gather signatures from eligible voters. Once they have collected the signatures from eligible voters, they must submit the petition to the Secretary of State's office at least 4 months before the upcoming general election. The Secretary of State, along with the county recorders, will then verify whether there are enough valid signatures to qualify the measure for the ballot. In 2024, about 384,000 signatures were required for a constitutional amendment, while around 256,000 signatures were needed for law. To prepare for a referendum in Arizona, citizens must similarly form a committee and apply for a serial number through the Arizona Secretary of State's office. After this, they must obtain the appropriate referendum petition from the same office. The petition should be circulated among eligible voters and submitted to the Secretary of State within 90 days. After submission, the petitions will be reviewed to determine if enough signatures have been gathered to place the measure on the ballot. About 128,000 signatures were needed to qualify for this ballot. Moving along, we are going to compare and contrast initiatives and referendums. To start, both initiative and referendum are forms of direct democracy. An initiative allows citizens to propose new laws or amend existing laws in the Arizona Constitution. Initiatives are proposed to create new laws or amendments that the state legislature have not yet addressed, and these are initiated by citizens. In contrast, a referendum enables voters to gather signatures to either approve or reject laws that have been initiated by the government. Now we are going to focus on the pros and cons of initiative and referendums. First, I will start off with the pros or the advantages of both. So as for initiatives, some advantages include allowing citizens to influence laws and giving them a voice in the legislative process. They can increase voter engagement and interest as citizens have the opportunity to advocate for issues that matter to them. Initiatives also address specific concerns, leading to a more tailored solution for local problems. Similarly, referendums have advantages, including providing citizens with a direct voice in important legislative matters. Elected officials may feel more accountable knowing that controversial decisions could be subject to a public vote. Furthermore, referendums can serve as a check against lawmakers, helping to prevent unpopular laws from being enacted. However, these processes also have downsides. So the cons or disadvantages to both include, as for initiatives, while empowering voters, they can involve a costly and time-consuming implementation process. They may only attract a portion of the electorate, which can lead to decisions that do not reflect the broader views of citizens. For referendums, complex issues can result in misunderstandings among voters, leading to decisions based on incomplete information. Moreover, referendums can create division within communities, as differing opinions may lead to conflict among citizens. Direct democracy. So initiative and referendum are essential elements to enhance direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution. Initiatives allow citizens to propose legislation directly and place it on the ballot for a vote, enabling them to have a direct hand in shaping laws. This empowers the electorate to address issues that matter to them without waiting for a legislative action. Referendums enable voters to approve or reject laws passed by the legislature. This process ensures that legislative decisions reflect the will of the people, giving citizens the ultimate say in important matters. On this slide, I have also added in recall, as this is one of the three devices of the direct democracy. So we are at the end of this presentation, and here are my references. Thank you for listening.